Hello everyone, this is Gomathi Shankar. Welcome to Chai with Traders. This is a podcast series where we invite real genuine traders to share their experience and market knowledge. So in today's episode, we are having a market profile trader who is well known for having 2 decades of market experience, who is one of the top veterans in trading field, who is solely into buying side and who is a complete discretionary trader. So, without wasting time, let's welcome Mr. Jay Chandran, also known as Nifty Wizards, to today's show. Welcome, Jay Chandran, also known as Nifty Wizards.
Thanks, Gomathi, for inviting me.
So, the first question is you are one of the few traders who is having more than 2 decades of experience in stock market. So, how you entered the markets? Walk us through the journey, how you entered.
So my schooling all I done in Pondicherry and Kadalur actually. So when I come to Chennai actually for my college to pursue my degree in bioinformatics.
Okay.
So that time I went to my cousin. I stayed in hostel. So Saturday and Sundays I used to go to my cousin's place actually. So there I met one guy who was sitting with the newspaper. Those days we don't have electronic gadgets or this kind of online presence for markets. So I just went there and he was noting down something actually. So I was asking Anna, what is this actually? He said like these are shares and these are the numbers, these are the prices. So we buy. Okay. So I said like this is interesting. I need to learn it.
Okay.
So then he said, I'll give you a task, try to do it. So I said, what is the task? He said, like, write down all the prices every day. You buy this paper and write down all the prices every day. You'll see a pattern emerging where at certain day in a month or two, the prices will start rising. Okay. So that is the pattern to make money. Now, this is the simplest thing. Example he gave.
Okay.
I started working out after my college. Once my class is over, I started working out and I wrote down everything. So I was seeing some similar patterns happening most of the times. Then I thought, okay, I need to give it a try and all that stuff. So once the academic started, I left it actually. I used to do it.
Okay.
Then I left it. Then I went to software company where everyone was trading that. So I thought, okay, this is the time I need to repolish all the things I learned.
Okay.
Every day I used to do. But real trading, when it comes, I just want to give it a try. So I asked my dad to open a demat account. I put my money and I started. That is how my journey had started in trading. So that is how I learned it. In 2002, I learned. So still now, it's been my
So accidentally you learnt when you were in a college days.
exactly. Accidentally I learned, but I never traded during my college days. Actually, I had a exposure in market, but I never traded it. I started trading in 2006 actually.
Okay. So how was your initial trading days? So of course you would have gone through losses. So walk us through your emotions, how you felt while you were losing money in your initial days.
See, basically how it all started, like as I said, I don't have any beginner's luck.
Okay.
I won't put it that way. The first trade was going for toss.
Okay.
Actually, the first trade going for toss. Then there was a beginner's luck where I had a little bit money. I bought some options and it was like 10x.
Okay. Okay.
So then I thought, if we can make money out of this, why not we try to find that pattern and put that money and put that risk on that pattern.
Okay.
So I tried to decode it. Then I stopped my trading. I went with charts. I started analyzing my charts, everything I was doing. That's how it all started. Then what happened was I made good money. Out of 1 lakh, I made some 8 to 10 lakhs.
Okay.
Then I thought, okay, now I had learned it. All the thing, every beginner used to think when he get the success, the initial success should not go into the mind, people say, but I never listened it. So I thought if I can make 1 lakh to 8 lakhs or 10 lakhs, then now I had cracked the code, so I can go and trade with big money. So that's how it all started. And my father had sold a property and he had some money.
Yes, actually, I wanted to ask about that. So we all have read an article in Money Control, so which says a farmer who sold his land and started trading and lost everything.
Thing and got back through trading.
Yes, yes, yes. Walk us through that.
So, as I said, from 1 lakh, I made around 10 lakhs.
Okay.
Then I thought if I can make 1 lakh, 10 lakh out of 1 lakh, then I can make 7 crores out of 70 lakhs. That 70 lakhs was the money my father was keeping after selling some of his land.
Okay.
I said, okay, I will trade this money and I will give you some 1 crore or 2 crore.
Okay.
Okay. But basically, it was in my mind I can make 7 crores or 10 crores during those days. Understand?
Okay.
So it was, I guess it was around 2011 or 12 period.
Okay.
I took it. Those days, that's what I mean. I trade futures. Straight away, I went and trade futures, Nifty futures. I lost it. You won't believe I lost it in 3 weeks. The whole 70 lakhs.
Okay.
I told my dad I lost the money. He never got angry or he said what you are going to do now?
Okay.
I said,
First of all, did he believe that you lost the money, or he thought you
no,
grabbed it?
no. Yeah, I showed that thing. I had lost this money.
Okay.
So he took it in a subtle way, actually. Okay. Then he asked me, what you are going to do now? I said, I know how to make money. This was the mistake where I felt one thing that all of a sudden, see, we all subconsciously trained or we been from our kids, child, that zone, we been seen some sort of money in our family.
Okay.
When some big money comes, right, you don't know what to do or you don't know how to handle it. That is the problem. I felt it later. All of the sudden 70 lakhs, I never seen more than 1 lakh or 2 lakh or max to max 15 lakhs I had seen. All of the sudden 70 lakhs, then that was a problem. I don't know. Then I said, give me 1 year of time.
Okay.
Okay. He said, I am not going to ask you the money. What is your career?
Okay.
So he was very sure about how my career should be. Okay. I said, I want to pursue only trading. So, okay, I will give you 1 year of time. So he said, 1 year. I asked him, 1 year I want to be in Chennai.
Okay.
So you need to take care of the expense. He said, okay, fine, I'll take care of the expense.
Okay.
If 1 year you don't succeed, then you need to do whatever I say. Come to our business, family business, or you need to go to the job.
Okay.
I agreed it.
Okay.
Then I came to a term called position sizing. Then I came to a term called all this risk management, trade management, all this stuff.
Okay.
Then I started learning from books. Those days, the only hardship we go through is we don't have enough resources like we have today. Now it's too much.
Correct.
More resources actually.
True.
Those days there will be zero resources or little resources.
Okay.
We need to find it and we need to do it. So then I went and read Van Trapp's position sizing book and all that stuff. Then I came to a term called position sizing.
Okay.
Then I started working out.
Okay.
Working out, paper traded, I done it, all that stuff I had done it. Now I have the knowledge but no capital.
Okay. Got it.
I can't go and ask my dad.
True.
Already I had lost money. I can't go and lose and no, relatives will help, obviously. Even if they know you're going to win, no one will help you.
True.
So what happened was, there was one good friend of mine where she broke his FD and gave me an amount actually. No one will do that.
Okay.
She gave me 6 lakhs of thing in 2000, that period. Okay. So then slowly I started. All the lessons, what I learned in that 1 year, I started using it. Slowly, I was able to go break even, minimal loss, go break even. So 2015, the year came, which was 3 years after the loss, actually, 3.5 years after the loss.
Okay.
Exactly. So that 6 lakhs became 48 lakhs.
Okay.
I traded only Nifty futures.
Okay.
There was a good volatility period, 2015. Still, I remember the date. It was April, May, and June. these 3 months. Okay. So I gave that 6 lakhs. She said, like, I don't want interest actually. Okay. No, friend, I helped you.
Okay.
And no one will do that actually.
True.
No one will do that.
True.
And I gave her 6 lakhs and I made some more money. Okay. I gave that 70 lakhs. I mean, like, when the account went to 78 lakhs, I gave that 70 lakhs back to my dad within the next 5 to 6 months.
Okay.
So altogether, it took me 3.5 to 4 years to recover what I lost in 3 years.
Okay.
So I started again with an 8 lakh of capital. That is how the journey had been started.
Okay.
So the important lesson that taught me, every loss will teach you the lesson.
Yes.
The important lesson still goes in my mind is losing is easy. Losing takes less time. You can lose your capital just like that within a less time. To make money, it takes more time. So what I lost in 3 weeks, it took me 3.5 years to 4 years to make it back.
Yes.
And the amount of pain, the amount of stress I go through in that period, okay, it will be. So that gave me, and that's what all the losses will be. I keep it. Like, I never keep it in a percentage terms. I keep it in money terms.
Okay.
Okay, 10 lakhs I am losing. It is easy for me to make it back.
Understood.
If I lose 50 lakhs, I know it is very tough for me to make it back. So the loss amount, I keep it as, what is the amount? It is easy for me to make it back when I win you.
Understood.
So 2 lakhs, fine. Okay, 2 lakhs, I'm okay to lose. 5 lakhs, okay, I'm okay to lose. I can make it back. So that was the biggest lesson I got it in my early days, and it took me nearly 12 years for me to understand it.
Okay.
So 2002 I started, and again I started trading in 2006 and all. But still, the lesson I got in 2015 only.
Okay.
So 2015 is where the things had started working for me.
Okay. So the way your dad took it positively, it seems like your dad sold only a piece of land.
Yeah.
Okay.
Though the money, on money terms, it's huge. See, if you go and say someone had lost 70 lakhs, okay, no one will say, even if you have a land bank of even 75% of what they sold, still you have 75%, no one will accept it, because you never know why they have that money, why they sell it, for what purpose. You had removed their dream actually. So 3.5 years, 4 years, he had put his dream because of his son's mistake.
Okay.
How many father will first of all accept actually?
True. True.
And how many father, even if he accepts, will allow you to go and trade and he will spend for your monthly expense? No one will do that. So that's why I always say he is my inspiration. He was my inspiration. He is no more. He was my inspiration. And all the time when I go down, I think about his words, what he says.
Okay.
So he always says, money can come just like that. Money can go just like that.
Okay.
So you need to build trust actually. That is the one thing you need to do across whatever business you do. Need to be true to yourself, and you need to be very trusted to anyone who trusts you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when the whole world is going behind the candlestick patterns, you are focusing on market profile. So tell us what made you to follow market profile.
Exactly. As you always say, how you choose CPR. So it is the same way. I Googled it. When I lost that 70 lakhs or this thing, before that I used actually, okay, the previous journey. So when I made that 1 lakh, it was due to market profile only. Those days we never. So when the first search was, who makes money? Institutions.
Okay.
So my search word was, what institutions use?
Okay.
So Google told me market profile. There are a lot of other things also. Market profile, it was the first one.
Okay.
So then I started exploring it. Those days we don't even have books actually. We have a forum. We discuss with a few of the common friends who are interested in market profile. So in India we started practicing it. Okay. So then I found a lot of edge in market profile. The one edge I found is I always believe you need to be ahead of crowd to make money in markets. Good money.
Okay.
So in that case, how you will do it? So I started exploring it. Then it gave me sense actually to use market profile. Then it all started like that actually.
Okay.
So past 2 decades, only market profile. I never went away from it, and I kept it simple. I never use market profile in the way how other people use read from the textbook. Okay, so I use it in a different way all these years. So my conviction levels goes very high using market profile. My strength is my conviction actually.
Okay. So it's very common that people confuse between market profile and volume profile. So can you easily explain us between the difference between the market profile and volume profile?
As a very simple term is market profile is price and time.
Okay.
Volume profile uses price and volume.
Okay.
The time factor is one differentiates market profile and volume profile. Let's say if price spends more time at a place, okay, then market profile keeps developing there.
Okay.
When there is a volume highly happens at some level.
Okay.
So volume profile makes that POC at that level.
Okay.
So someone can argue when there is a time spent, most of the time when the time spent, obviously volume is also going to be the same place. So most of the time volume POC and market market profile POC will be the same.
Yes.
POC is nothing but highest transaction happened level on market profile, highest transaction volume happened on volume profile. Okay, that is 11. But sometimes you see there is a block deal happening all of the sudden at the end of the day or something like that or last 2 minutes. Where market had spent most of its time, where after a burst in the price, all of the sudden volume happens. So here there will be a difference between a volume profile POC and the market profile POC. So volume profile is nothing but it uses volume plus price. Market profile uses price and time. That's the difference actually.
So again, you are one of the very few traders who follows option buying from day one, and even now you are focusing more on buying side.
It was not like that. 2020 was a year I took option buying as a primary thing.
Okay.
Prior to that, I was completely a futures trader and my strength being lied in futures trading only.
Okay.
So it was like some challenge between me and Pia Sundar happened all of a sudden. He said like option buyers can't make money.
Okay.
So then I took it as a challenge actually. It was like we both, had a heated argument in Twitter. So then he challenged me. So I took it as a challenge actually.
Okay.
Then 2022, 2 years I've been working with it. Then I felt whatever that man said looks true.
Okay.
Option buyers can't make money consistently. Whatever we are making and we are giving back to the market or we are net loss.
Okay.
So then I felt, okay, I need to give it up. Even I tweeted, looks like you are correct. I took it as a challenge, but I couldn't make it. Then all of a sudden, there was one data point which was giving me a hope. It was like index options where I was making loss.
Okay.
Then I thought, okay, if not index options, what are the other options available? Then stock options.
True.
So then what I started exploring is, okay, let's trade index and stock options. So 2022 mid, I started doing this experiment.
Okay.
So on one table, whatever money I'm making it, index options was taking away.
Okay.
So now I felt I need to remove this column out. Whatever is taking money, let's remove from the process itself.
Okay.
Still monkey mind won't agree, right? See, when in trading, why most traders fail is, they want to prove something against the market. Most traders lose money because they want to prove someone. They want to prove their parents. They want to prove their husband or wife. They want to prove their friends. Hey, I'm trading. I need to make money. I want to show them. Okay, they need to. If they are a Twitter celebrity or a social media celebrity, they want to prove their followers.
Correct.
So by proving, they are going out of process. So probably that was the thing happened with me. I need to, my monkey mind was saying I need to prove I am making money from index option.
Okay.
So again, it was continued 2023 May. Then I finally decided no one is going to give you a garland or award. So probably you need to focus on, at the end of the day, you do whatever, know your edge. It should reflect in the account and every trader's success is making money. That is the only metric where you can gauge your success. If a trader, you can predict bottom, top, all that stuff, okay? If that is not reflected in your account as MTM, profit, whatever shit you can talk, you can't do anything.
Correct.
Okay. So then I felt it, okay, finally, no one is going to give you a medal or award, remove it.
Okay.
I felt it managing index as an offset buyer, risk management goes for toss often. So the cycle continue.
Okay.
You make profits, you give it back or loss. So it will be in a break even or loss cycle. And I removed it. I solely focused on stocks.
Okay.
So June 2023, I started stocks with 6 lakhs of capital.
Okay.
That was a dream run for me. Okay, with 5 months of period, I made around 1 crore 78 lakhs
Okay.
from 6 lakhs.
Stock options buying.
Stock options buying. Luckily, market was trending that time. So probably that would have given me an 1 crore extra. If market was not trending or market was not moving, I would be somewhere close to 70 lakhs or 80 lakhs. Okay, that 1 crore extra, I still believe it was not my effort. So it could be a market's effort which gave me that extra money. Then I felt that rule-based option buying, and if an option buyer thinks like an option seller, I always think if an option seller have an 1 crore, he doesn't come with a mindset, I need to make an 1 crore on that trade or 50 lakhs on that trade.
Correct.
He will be aiming for 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs max to max, or 3 lakhs is, he still feels 3 lakhs, 3% is much better for me. If I consistently do for 4 weeks, so 12%, or even he's happy with 5% a month. Even someone is happy with 1 to 2% a month.
Correct.
But in option buying, the mechanics is not like that, the structure is not like that. Even a small blip of move, your 10% of capital will be eroded. So what I felt is, okay, fine, you keep a 10% stop loss or 15% stop loss to make the same 20% or 30% return. Because easily if you go and check, any option traders can resonate this, it will give you a 10% or 20% easily from your entry point.
Correct.
But the problem is, every option trader want that to be 100% return or 200% return, so he can't accumulate the money. So once he starts accumulating 10% 10 times, so obviously his capital is doubled.
Correct.
So that is how I started doing it. I take periodic payouts out of that. That is how I save that money. I didn't compounded it. To mention it, I didn't compounded it. 6 lakhs, when my account goes to 8 lakhs, I remove the 2 lakhs. My base capital was 6 lakhs. After it touched 70 lakhs, I infused 6 more lakhs and I kept my base capital as 12 lakhs. Not before that.
Okay. Got it.
So the next 1 crore been made by that 12 lakhs.
Okay. So currently, how do you trade? So currently, what is your trading style?
See, to be frank, after that money made, I'm break even. Okay. Still, I go with the process. But again, when I go and trade it, again the monkey mind starts popping out where it says double it, triple it. Okay. So I calm down my senses and say, okay, this is not the way to trade. How you traded in 2023, you need to trade the same way.
Okay.
So right now also the same process actually. I go with the Nifty 50 stocks actually most of the time.
Okay.
So Nifty 50 stocks, high volatile stocks, high liquid stocks, because I go with a very big sized quantity, like say like 1 lakh, 2 lakh. If you go and see my quantity, it used to be, I mean like minimum will be 1 lakh quantity and something like that. So that is how I go. For that quantity to get sucked in and the bid and ask spread should not be wide, all the stuff, I choose options in such a way actually.
Okay. So currently, what are the tools you use for your trading?
I say right, I mean like market profile plus candlesticks for my price action entering, I do it. And I don't go with the regular stuff of reading Y or theta, I mean like gamma, this, that, theta. I don't go by that way. Because I strongly believe if the underlying moves, obviously option going to move.
Okay.
If underlying moves 3%, don't you think, I mean like option won't move, it will stay silent? No, obviously option will also move. So if a 3% move is going to happen, already a 1.5% move, even if I capture the rest 1.5% move, I will be making 10% or 20% or even 30%. When it close to near expiry, I can even sometimes make 40 to 50% ROI on the capital deployed.
Okay. So there is a misconception like learning market profile or following market profile is expensive. So what is your thought on that? Is understanding or implementing market profile in our trading is expensive?
See, I usually say this. There is some gang, I mean, like you call it as anyone, who don't want the retail traders to learn market profile.
Okay.
So how they keep it or say is, market profile software is expensive.
Okay.
Market profile subject is dry like physics or chemistry, all this stuff. Because there is no easy book written there, or once people start reading out market profile, it's a very simple thing.
Okay.
But the misconception is people think, oh, my software costs 1 lakh. Okay, yeah. People use that as their advantage actually. The software sellers use that as an advantage and they say like market profile software is 1 lakh only. So they quoted. So we want to break it and we came up with a product actually where one time fee you pay 15,000 because the problem is, I always say this, why traders don't make money is they chase money, one, and they never been consistent with their process.
Okay.
If they learn something from me, okay, if let's say today I'm taking a class for next 1 month, I teach a method.
Okay.
So the one guy keeps watching it and see me making money, all that stuff, okay. When he goes and trade with his own money and the first trade goes for loss, he'll say, no, Jay's method is not working. Okay. He won't even put enough sample size or anything to understand how things work actually. So then he jumps to some other trainer, some other trader, some other method. So this is the number one reason why traders are not consistently making money.
Okay.
They need to be with the process. They need to understand, put a sample size of 100 trades. And never, I always say, never change your system until you make 100 sample size out of that system. You can tweak it. You can adjust it. But just by placing one trade and connected to that outcome and changing it, it won't work that way actually.
Okay. How do you see the recent market evolution post-COVID? Because a lot of option sellers are there, a lot of backtesting platforms are there, and again, people are going behind algo trading. So how do you see? Because you are having almost 2 decades of experience. So how do you see the markets and the participants post-COVID?
So I'm not a fan of whatever you said. I mean, like I'm not a fan of algo trading. I'm not a fan of backtest results. I'm not a fan of any of these things actually. So I'm a pure discretion in trading. Even I believe, even if I have 100 crores in my thing, I want to go because I had seen people doing it.
Okay.
Market had really evolved. Market dynamics had a lot of changes into it, and a lot of things had changed way in last 2 decades. Okay, especially after COVID, there is a lot of change. The thing is, I always say, you need sheeps to come in to get slaughtered actually. Okay, so for any option seller, any option buyer, the option seller will be the target. For any option seller, option buyer will be the target. So the option selling crowd had increased a lot and the algos also got increased a lot actually. Because I am not more into it, so probably I don't know how things are happening out there.
Okay.
But as an option buyer, I just want that option seller gang to get trapped or to do a mistake. So I will wait for it. No option seller will do a mistake each day.
Correct.
Because they are big money. I mean, like big money being deployed there, and when big money is being deployed, you can't expect them to do an mistake every day.
Correct.
What option buyer do is, any option buyer is, they get engaged with the market every day. When it is sideways, right? They get engaged and they say like, my option premiums are not moving. Okay. So you need to wait for such days where that whole option seller gang will do that mistake, where that will create a momentum or short covering, whatever name you call it.
Okay.
And that is where you need to present your risk actually.
Okay. How do we find out that?
That's what I used to do is I look for a short covering profile actually. And underlying, when there is a short covering profile, we call it as a P shape actually.
Okay.
When there is a short covering profile and market being in an uptrend, it wasn't a pullback.
Okay.
Then I saw a P shape profile. Okay. So these early shorts, okay, got covered.
Okay.
Now what I will do is, once I see this P shape, I go into an OTM call.
Okay.
I will wait for that moment to get and covering there actually. OTMs are the easiest clues for me. I mean, like to find these kind of moves actually.
Okay.
So what I do is, so you obviously know, right? I mean, like no one will cover. Say like the range of the option is 10 rupees.
Okay.
And it's been the lowest 2 rupees. And it's been trading at 4 rupees. And no one is ready to cover even if it goes to 6 rupees.
Okay.
Or even 8 rupees.
Okay.
But at 11 rupees or 12 rupees, okay, after this P shape has been formed and the trend is up,
Okay.
these sheeps, which I call lazy option call writers, who've been saying, okay, there was a drop, this is not going to go up. And when that momentum picks up, right, about 10 or 11, it started picking up actually. So what usually I had found is, after that 11 got broke, right, It usually goes to 16 or 17. That is more than enough. Even from 11 to 13 or 14 rupees, my stop loss would be below 10 only.
Okay.
So 1 or 2 rupees I risk to make that 5 rupees or 6 rupees, which is 3 hour.
Okay.
So probably this is how I had seen him. Problem is option buyers think he want to buy at cheaper price and sell at a higher price.
Okay.
But what I found is buy higher, sell higher. That works very well. Okay, people will ask from 2 rupees it went to 11 rupees. Now my risk is below 2 rupees. No, even if you know the structure, at 11 rupees you enter, keep a stop loss below 10. You don't need to keep a stop loss below 2. When that 11, if it breaks 10, then probably the momentum's fizzled out actually.
Okay.
So these are the things it will come from experience actually. You need to watch lot of charts to understand it.
Okay. So do you do scalping as well since you are an option buyer?
No, really I don't do scalping because scalpers, it's not about, like I'm demeaning scalping or something like that.
Okay.
For me personally, I had seen what scalpers do is, scalpers keep accumulating the premiums. Okay, like they say like 10 trades, they will do it. Okay. If he is a scalper with very rigid risk management in system,
Okay.
fraction of second he will act. If loss comes, okay, this is my loss, I will cover it off and I will go for a next trade. Okay.
Okay.
He will win. But most of the option scalpers, what they do is, say like first trade they make 10 points profit.
Okay.
Second trade they make 10 points profit.
Okay.
Third trade they make 10 points profit. Okay, 9 trades they made 90 points profit.
Okay.
All of that sudden, this winning will make them lousy. This winning will make them overconfident. And the 10th trade, what they do is, they will lose straight away minus 100.
Understood.
So net on the 10th trade, they will be minus 10.
Okay.
Okay. So what happened? They had wasted their time. They had wasted their energy, all that stuff. And finally, net result is negative.
Yes.
So that's why I say, don't scalp. You never know in option buying when that can turn into a bagger, okay?
Yes.
You never know. If there is a bagger opportunity, try to manage the trade. Booking by some bookings, scale out some options and try to manage the rest of the quantity. Okay, so I'm not a fan of scalping actually, especially in index. In stocks also you can scalp because your risk management can be very good at stock options.
Yes.
Except the result period. But index you can't even think of. Especially people, what they do is they buy some options and they keep averaging it, thinking it'll one trade it'll wipe all your account. You never know when that one trade comes in.
So you don't do scalping and you don't believe scalping as well.
I said, right, this is the process most of the scalpers I have seen do. Net, if you ask any scalper, say like 1 or 2 or 3 years, they say I'm net negative only, I made big loss, all that stuff.
Okay.
Hardly, that's what. Any good scalping guy who's very good at risk management, okay, if there is, he will make good out of it.
Okay.
I always prefer, rather being a scalper in options, be a scalper in futures. If you don't worry about the taxes and STB.
Okay. So you have made 6 lakhs to 1.7, 1.8 crores, close to 2 crores. So we want to understand your secret risk management techniques. How much do you risk in a single trade or in a single?
No, see, it is very simple. Actually, every trade I will deploy the whole capital. Okay, I don't deploy 20% or 30% out of it.
Okay.
I just wait for that high probability is A plus setups, I call it.
Okay.
Where the very next day it is going to be a momentum day. Okay. Basically, my idea is to capture some 2.5% or 3% more. So I track Nifty 50 stocks.
Okay.
So I juggle with some 25 high liquid stocks out of it.
Okay.
Okay. I see particular pattern in volume profile and market profile.
Okay.
So when that pattern formed, I just go and present my risk actually.
Okay.
As I said, if I capture a 2% intraday move on first week.
Okay.
So my capital, the return on capital, whatever I am deploying, will be 10 to 15% of return.
Okay.
10% will be the minimum. Okay. Or 15% will be the maximum.
So if you are capturing 2% in a particular instrument in a particular
day.
Okay.
Okay. The whole, if it starts with 0 and the 2%, you are completely capturing.
Okay.
After the expiry week, the first week, if you are capturing this.
Okay.
Okay. Providing the option premium is not much high. So you will be making 10 to 15% of the return.
Okay.
If the same 2.5% more captured on last week of expiry or the prior to like next week is expiry.
Okay.
If I am tomorrow capturing a 2.5% more in a stock, okay, providing the premiums, okay, mostly my money will be doubled on the same day, or a minimum I will be making 50 to 60% of capital deployed.
Okay. And your risk, how much do you risk?
Yeah, probably as I said, my risk would be say like say 6 lakhs if I put it. Okay.
Okay.
So my risk would be close to 60,000 or 80,000.
Okay.
So if I see it, I cut it off.
Okay, understood. So, have you ever backtested market profiles or any volume profile patterns or charts?
Patterns I had rather back tested. What I used to do is I sit with my chart, I bar replay it. I watch 10 years of data.
Okay.
I see a pattern when there is a momentum happening. What kind of volume profile patterns or market profile patterns is bringing in the momentum.
Okay.
So I keep watching it actually. So that is how it works. And to add up a point on your risk management thing, it depends on setups as well. Some setups argues to keep a risk of 20% or even 25%, where it is ready to give me 100% or 200% return.
Correct.
So it is like dynamic thing rather than a static thing actually.
Okay.
Because option buying is a very complex thing when it comes to risk management. That is why most of the people treat option buying as a lottery thing. They take the whole risk and they keep accumulating the losses.
Yes. So you were talking about some patterns in market profile. Can you share few favorite patterns in market profile which you focus more?
I focus on P-shape profiles because you know, right, markets are mostly a long only thing actually. On a long term, you think it's a long only thing.
Yes.
Okay. So I will always believe when there is a downtrend or when there is a thing when a P-shape is being formed, some old shorts are getting covered. So I need to know whether they are interested to drive to an upper side. That will be found on OTM option. And the second thing is I always say when there is a neutral profile, okay. After that, a trend is going to start. I mean, like in your CPR, you say, right? I mean, like a narrow CPR.
Correct.
So if you go and check on that day, the profile will be a D-shaped profile, capital D.
Okay.
Capital D is nothing but a balanced profile.
Okay.
After a balanced profile is formed, most of the time, if you're going to see, a trending move will start happening actually.
Understood.
So you need to keep your setups very simple. Okay. At the end of the day, your risk management says what you are going to make or what you are going to lose. So focus on a simple setup as well as these two setups are more than enough for me to make money because these setups won't P for Pondicherry.
Okay, P profile and D profile.
D for D for Delhi.
Okay.
Okay, so if you can visualize it, that is how it works.
Okay.
And most of the time, P-shape profile brings momentum on call side. Actually, I had seen it actually.
Okay. Now, if somebody wants to learn market profile more, so how do they get started?
So I always say, I mean, like there are no, I mean, like now there are a lot of videos available. Still, I say like you can start with the Chicago Board of Trades handbook on market profile. They have one book on market profile where they put the basics. And Mind Over Markets by James Dalton is one book I do recommend actually. And even Pivot Boss,
Secret of Pivot.
Pivot Boss, even that had
volume, yes, market profile and volume profile.
yeah, that touched some parts of market profile actually.
All right. So we are towards the end of the podcast session. So we are having few rapid fire questions. You have to answer without thinking spontaneously.
Okay.
So which is your favorite trading book?
Pitbull by Marty Schwartz.
And which trader you would like to meet?
George Soros.
Okay. And what is your biggest trading loss in a single day?
A single day, I can say 20 lakhs.
Okay. And which is your biggest profit day in a single day?
25 lakhs.
Okay. And which is your favorite destination to trade?
I love to trade Europe and US markets actually.
Okay. Now, if you want to trade with someone together, whom you will choose? Which trader you will choose?
Probably I would choose Drunken Miller.
Okay.
Soros, I mean Junior.
Okay. So you want to trade with them together?
Yeah.
Okay. Which beverage do you prefer while trading? Coffee or tea or any fruit juices?
No, I don't drink anything. I drink water. That's more than enough.
Okay. And if you want to trade with only one indicator or one setup, which setup it will be?
Market profile.
And setup?
Setup would be, I mean, like a short covering profile.
Okay. If you are not into trading, which profession you would have chosen?
I would choose an agriculture.
If you want to name your trading style with one cricketer, which cricketer you will choose?
Dhoni.
Okay, so you are aggressive like Dhoni in trading.
Yeah, I'm very aggressive actually. That's what I say, right? You should see the trade size, and even if there is a loss, I'm very calm and composed. Those things I can resonate with Dhoni actually.
Okay, all right. So thank you so much for
Thanks for
joining this podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having me here. I mean, like it was like a great pleasure to share my insights. So my only advice to any traders out there is everyone should experience their own thing. It's like a self-realization. I call trading as a self-realization. I mean, like my realization can't match with you. Okay,
Correct.
I can show you the path. As a guru, I can show you the path.
Correct.
You need to go through it. You need to see, or you can find a new path actually. It's not that one road can lead you to that. But we have been traveled in that road. So you need to just experience it. And second thing is, I always say with my fellow traders who had made it or who want to influence other traders, speak the truth actually. I always say, and because I never go into any podcast because of this one reason, because they all say trading is easy. Trading is a tougher job. Trading is associated with the highest stress actually.
Correct.
So when you are going to influence or when you are going to inspire someone, always think about, you are going to change or ruin a family, because no, that one person is related to that family. So if one person is coming to trading, if he succeed, that family is saved. If he ruined, the whole family. So every traders out there, every influencer, fin influencers there should keep this in mind, and they should say how tough it is. Then you teach everything. So then his decision is to come or not, that is up to him.
So the responsibility belongs
Responsibility, exactly. Everyone should have that responsibility. These days, I can't see that actually. Everyone says quit 9 to 5 job. You can come into trading. You can pay your EMI. Don't put the stress. It's not that easy.
Switch on your algo trade.
It's not that easy actually. Yes. The sharks are waiting to collectively take your money actually.
Correct. So thank you so much for sharing.
Thanks a lot, Gomathi, for having me here.
Thank you. Bye. Alright guys, I hope you all enjoyed this episode. If you have any queries related to market profile or related to the trading style of Jayachandran, you can post it in the comment section. He will be answering all your queries in the comments. So see you all very soon in another episode with another genuine trader. Until then, sit with your chai and enjoy our episode series. Thank you. Bye.